Hello everyone. Hi, how is it going? So, I'm sorry, I know this video is coming in a couple of days late, but I've been busy for a few days, so I was not able to record a video. But hey, congratulations to those people who got through. So, so in this latest draw of number 229, we all know that the cutoff has dropped further to 525, and the number of invitations as expected has gone up by another 250. So now almost 2250 people were invited. So congratulations to those of the people invited. One interesting thing that I notice here is that the tie-breaking rule here goes back to December 28th, 2021. So that means that some of these candidates that are here have been waiting for almost like 8 months in the pool. So yeah, that's really interesting thing that I notice here. So tie breaking rule is basically means that if, for example, there are two people tied at 525, right? So then based on this particular date and this particular timestamp, whoever submitted the profile before this particular timestamp will go through, and the person who submitted after this timestamp will not go through, even though the score was 525. But this is only a tie breaking rule. So let's see how this compares to the previous rounds, as we always do, and try and find a trend here. So this is the fourth no program specified draw that has happened since July. Consistently, we have seen the scores being dropped. This time it dropped by 8 points. Earlier, it dropped by 9 points. Before that, it dropped by 15 points. So there's definitely a trend there. And the fact that every time the number of invitations issued has gone up by 250. So there's definitely a trend there. So that IRCC is inviting 250 more candidates in each draw. So going by this trend, we can very well expect the next draw to be of 2500 people, and the score can drop. If the score drops another 7 or 8 points, it can start getting into the low 510s, like 515 or 517, and which would mean obviously there are more candidates in the pool which will be invited. So this is looking really promising for all of us who are waiting in the pool and trying to get through. Let's see how the pool looked before it. So the pool now is at 238,000 people, and as expected, the people in the 601 to 200 range are 500. All of these must have got invited, and you can see how the other pool looks. Okay, so this is looking really good. So even though the score is still a bit high, but we have seen that it has come down pretty quickly from 550s to low 520s, 520s pretty quickly within couple of months, within 4 draws, I would say. So within 4 draws, the score dropped by almost 32 points. Yeah, the score dropped by 32 points, and the number of invitations went up by 750 points. So if this trend holds, maybe maybe in the next 3 or 4 draws, the score can be low 500s, like 501, 505, or things like that. And we never know if we can start looking at the kind of scores we were looking at in the Canadian experience class draws in September, like mid 400s. That can also happen, right? So like, for example, the last Canadian experience draw was on September 14th, and it was only 462. Only 2000 candidates were invited, right? So now if you see this strange thing, the score was 462. Only 2000 CEC candidates were invited, right? But now the score is 525, and 2250 candidates are invited. So definitely tells us that there are more people with higher scores waiting in the pool, because at a higher score, including the PNP. So mind you, this 2250 has PNP candidates for sure in it, right? So all those candidates which were above 600, right? In the earlier screen, if you see here, so all these candidates which have more than 600 score, right? They are definitely PNP candidates, right? So these five, beyond these 538, there are almost 1700 candidates that remain, that are non-PNP, but could be under any other category like CEC or FSW. Right? But here we see that even though score is higher, right, the number of invitations issued are also higher. So, so that definitely means the pool is growing. There could be multiple reasons for that. People who are waiting in the pool have gained experience, have gained more score, and that's the reason that even though the score is higher, the number of candidates are also higher. So that's it from my side on this particular video. I will come back with another video on how do I see the trend going, and we will have more discussion on that. But but till that time, if you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Again, this is not a professional or a legal advice. I'm just trying to share my experience, share what I see, share my views here, and if it can help somebody, very good. Okay, so thank you for listening to me now, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.